fans. So I want to ask you guys something. Jake Paul has done an interview with Stephen A. Smith. Well, I believe it was on his podcast, and he was talking about how he's been training with pro boxers, how he feels he is going to be ready to box Canelo Alvarez in 18 months. Do you guys agree to that? Because I 100% do not. I 100% do not. Just because you've been boxing with sparring champions, we are not seeing this one. We're not hearing it from any other champion. We're not hearing it from all these other people out there trying to say like, oh well, it's true. We're not hearing from Andre Ward. We're not hearing from all these great other fighters like Sugar Shane Mosley. All these like, yeah, Jake Paul boxed me and he's doing really good. He can hold his own. No, we're not hearing it from anybody else. So I don't know what champions he is facing, and even nonetheless, it's still sparring. You guys are trying to better yourselves. You're not trying to hurt each other. You're not trying to win a fight in sparring. That's one thing. You can't compare one to the other. You can't go in there and say, yeah, I've been training with champions and feel like I am ready for a champion. Like, no, in a fight, of course, everyone else knows this, but all the fighters know this, just like everyone else knows this, that when you're in the training room, it is different. No one is trying to hurt each other. Everyone is trying to like better each other. They're trying to help each other. Do you get hurt in the sparring? Sure, absolutely. It happens. But nonetheless, it is not the main priority. It is not the main thing. You are trying to better yourself in the training room, and in a fight, you are trying to win. You are trying to get that win on your record. So whatever champions he is facing, I promise you, if it was a real fight, he would be 100% getting knocked out all this time, because the last thing these guys would want to do is lose to Jake Paul. So I promise you, probably, I could be wrong, but I promise you they're probably holding themselves back a little bit. Now, of course, if they are the champions level of a if a Tommy Fury or a Hasim Rahman, then okay, maybe, but at the same time, still, no. Or maybe there's somebody he's boxing champions, but these just so happen to be 135 pounders, 147 pounders, and we already know Jake Paul walks around at a little over 200 pounds, give or take. So, still, now, as far as him saying that he is ready for Canelo Alvarez in 18 months, I promise you, you are not. You are not. It takes a lifetime to get ready for a person at that level, at that caliber. You cannot. Canelo Alvarez has forgotten more about boxing than Jake Paul is ever going to learn. Am I a fan of Jake Paul? Absolutely. I think he's doing good with the sport. I think he's very entertaining. I do look forward to his fight with Anderson Silva. I do look forward to him fighting Tommy Fury or Hasim Rahman or some of these other contenders, possibly even another MMA fighter. I do look forward to that. I do look forward to seeing his rise little by little. But as far as him going after Canelo Alvarez, I promise you it would not be good. He will be finished in less than 3 rounds. 100%. A lot of people want to go over exaggerate and go 1 round or something like that. But no, unfortunately, Canelo Alvarez is kind of a slow starter. He likes to feel his opponents out, and then he likes to turn it up little by little. And I do feel strongly that Canelo Alvarez will stop Jake Paul in under 3 rounds for sure. So it's just not possible. It's not likely to ever happen. And I feel Canelo Alvarez is going to step in the ring with Jake Paul? I don't think so, because I think Canelo Alvarez is more of a hardcore legendary boxer. He's all about um, that reputation. He's all about legacy. He doesn't want to. He won't give that shine to Jake Paul. Where he could be facing all these other guys. He could be facing Dimitri Bivol again. He could be facing a going up, and which I don't want him to do, but try to catch something at cruiserweight. Something like at that extent, something to that level. I could definitely see Canelo trying to do that. He's all about legacy. He's not about the showmanship. He's not about putting on some of these fun fights. Would it be a big payday? Yes, but Canelo is already making big paydays. He's making 20, 30, 40 million a fight, if not more. So he doesn't necessarily need it. Now, of course, Jake Paul could lure some of these other guys in there because, yeah, that'll be the most money they ever made. He could lure a Jorge Masvidal, a Conor McGregor, maybe not Conor, but a Jorge Masvidal, a Nate Diaz, and some of these other fighters who are not going to get that big payday. Canelo Alvarez is going to get that big payday regardless. So that's something that Jake Paul needs to understand. Now, as far as him thinking he's going to be ready, you're not going to be ready for any big boxer. whether it be a Canelo, whether it be an Errol Spence, a Terrence Crawford, hell, whether it be someone like a Roy Jones or a Mike Tyson. You know, these guys spent their lives building and practicing and training and doing whatever they can do to be better and to be great, even regardless of how old Mike Tyson and Roy Jones are. They still have it in them. They still have that boxing skill in them, which don't go away. Are you slower now? Absolutely. You know, no, 100%, no argument there. But to say you're going to be ready for that championship level is just you're making it harder on yourself without actually fighting actual champions. No, well, not champions, but what actually really good, legit boxers. Hasim Rahman and Tommy Fury are boxers, but they're not the like that level boxers. You need to fight somebody else. You think you're gonna go all the way up to the one of the pound for pound best? You're not even fighting anybody in the top 10 within the light heavyweight division. You know, if you're gonna try, maybe even lure a Chad Dawson, a former light heavyweight, a try lure himself a maybe a potential fun fight with Andre Ward, you know, something like to this to show us how ready you are, because you can't go and beat and knock out Tommy Fury and Hasim Rahman and automatically start feeling like, you know what, I am ready for that champion level. I'm ready for Canelo Alvarez. It's good to have that confidence, but unfortunately, no. Maybe more than 18 months, maybe in about 5 years when Canelo is much more older, much more slower, much more past his prime, then maybe, quite maybe, you might be able to get a couple rounds in there with Canelo, but not even that. Like I said, Canelo's been doing this since he was 15. He's about 32, 33 years old now. He doesn't take vacations very often. He's been fighting twice, three times a year for the last 15, 16, 17 years. So yeah, you're not going to no way near be ready for Canelo. That's my personal opinion, but I like to hear what you guys got to say. What do you think about that? Do you think he's going to be ready? Do you think it's going to be good to go with him? Or do you think he's just biting off way more than he can chew? Let me know in the comments, guys. Like, subscribe, hit that notification button, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video.